Do you know that 1 in 4 Americans die from heart disease every year? That's more than 600,000 people. And one of the major risk factors for heart disease is high cholesterol. Cholesterol is a type of fat that is found in your blood. It is essential for many functions in your body, such as making hormones, vitamin D, and bile acids. However, too much cholesterol can be harmful, as it can build up in your arteries and cause them to narrow and harden. This can lead to many serious problems, such as heart disease and stroke. But what causes high cholesterol, and how can you prevent it? Well, one of the main factors is your diet. Some foods are very high in saturated fat, trans fat, or cholesterol, and they can skyrocket your blood cholesterol levels to dangerous heights. In this video, we will reveal 10 foods that are dangerously raising your cholesterol levels and why you should avoid them or limit them as much as possible. Some of these foods may surprise you, and some of them may even be your favorites. But don't worry, we will also give you some healthier alternatives that can help you lower your cholesterol and protect your heart. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Ice cream. Ice cream is one of the most popular desserts in the world, but it is also one of the worst foods for your cholesterol levels. Why is that? Well, ice cream is made with milk, cream, and sugar, which are all high in cholesterol and saturated fat. 1 cup of vanilla ice cream contains about 45 milligrams of cholesterol and 9 grams of saturated fat, which is about 45% of the daily limit for saturated fat. That's a lot of fat and cholesterol for just 1 serving of ice cream. And let's be honest, most of us don't stop at 1 cup. We often add toppings, such as chocolate, caramel, nuts, or whipped cream, which can add even more fat and calories to our ice cream. So, what can you do to enjoy ice cream without harming your cholesterol levels and heart health? Well, you can limit your ice cream consumption to no more than 1 serving per week, or choose healthier alternatives, such as frozen yogurt, sorbet, or fruit popsicles. Number 2. Bacon. Bacon is one of the most popular breakfast foods in the world. It is crispy, salty, and delicious, but it can be very bad for your cholesterol levels. 1 slice of bacon contains about 9 milligrams of cholesterol and 1.5 grams of saturated fat, which may not seem like a lot, but it adds up quickly. If you eat 2 slices of bacon every day, that's 18 milligrams of cholesterol and 3 grams of saturated fat, which is about 15% of the daily limit for saturated fat. So, what can you do to enjoy bacon without raising your cholesterol levels? Well, if you can limit your bacon consumption to no more than 1 serving per week, or you can choose leaner cuts of meat, such as turkey bacon, chicken sausage, or Canadian bacon, which have less fat and cholesterol. Number 3. Cheese. Cheese is one of the most popular and versatile foods in the world. It can be eaten on its own or added to salads, sandwiches, pizzas, and more. But it can also be a major source of cholesterol and fat in your diet. Cheese is made from milk, which contains cholesterol and saturated fat. The amount of these nutrients varies depending on the type of cheese, the milk source, and the processing method. For example, 1 ounce of cheddar cheese has about 30 milligrams of cholesterol and 9 grams of fat, while 1 ounce of mozzarella cheese has about 18 milligrams of cholesterol and 6 grams of fat. Parmesan cheese has even more cholesterol and fat, with about 40 milligrams and 10 grams per ounce, respectively. So, to protect your heart, limit your portion sizes of cheese and use it sparingly as a garnish or a topping, rather than as a main ingredient. A good rule of thumb is to use no more than 1 ounce of cheese per serving, which is about the size of a domino. You can also choose low-fat or fat-free varieties of cheese, such as cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, or feta cheese. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 4. Eggs. So, you know how we all love a good omelette or scrambled eggs for breakfast, right? Eggs are rich in protein, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. but they are also known to be high in cholesterol. One large egg has about 186 milligrams of dietary cholesterol, which is about 62% of your recommended daily cholesterol intake, all of which is found in the yolk. However, some studies have shown that eating eggs may not increase your risk of heart disease or its risk factors, such as inflammation, stiffening of the arteries, and high cholesterol levels. Still, this does not mean that you can eat as many eggs as you want. Some people may be more sensitive to the effects of dietary cholesterol than others, especially those who have diabetes, high blood pressure, or a family history of heart disease. So, the bottom line, for most people, eggs are a nutritious and safe part of the diet. But if you have certain health conditions, you might need to limit your intake. Number 5. Butter. Butter is a staple in many kitchens, and it can make anything taste better. But it can also make your cholesterol levels skyrocket. Butter is made from animal fat, which is very high in saturated fat and cholesterol. 1 tablespoon of butter has about 33 milligrams of cholesterol and 11 grams of fat, which is a lot. Butter also has more saturated fat than other types of fats, such as margarine, olive oil, or coconut oil. For example, 1 tablespoon of butter has about 7 grams of saturated fat, while 1 tablespoon of olive oil has about 2 grams of saturated fat. So try to use healthier oils such as olive oil, canola oil, or sunflower oil instead of butter for cooking or baking. These oils have less saturated fat and cholesterol than butter, and they also have more monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which are good for your heart and blood vessels. Number 6. Liver. Liver and other organ meats are considered delicacies in some cuisines, and they are rich in protein, iron, and other nutrients, but they also can raise your cholesterol levels significantly. Liver and other organ meats have different cholesterol and fat content, depending on the type and the source. For example, 3.5 ounces, or 100 grams, of cooked beef liver contain 396 milligrams of cholesterol and 22 grams of fat, while the same amount of cooked chicken liver contain 563 milligrams of cholesterol and 17 grams of fat, which makes liver one of the highest foods in cholesterol. So try to choose leaner cuts of meat, such as chicken breast, turkey, or fish instead of liver and other organ meats. If you still want to eat liver, then you should limit your portion sizes. A good rule of thumb is to eat no more than 1 ounce of liver or other organ meats per serving, which is about the size of a ping pong ball. Number 7. Chicken wings. Chicken wings are a popular snack for many people, especially during sports events or parties. They are crispy, juicy, and flavorful, but they also not good for your cholesterol levels. 1 chicken wing can have about 10 grams of fat, of which 3 grams are saturated fat, and 23 milligrams of cholesterol. That means that eating 4 chicken wings can give you 12 grams of saturated fat, which is more than half of the recommended daily limit for most people. It can also give you 92 milligrams of cholesterol, which is about a third of the recommended daily limit. So if you love chicken wings, you might want to limit how often and how many you eat. You can also try to make them healthier by removing the skin, baking them instead of frying them, and using low-fat sauces or dips. Number 8. Fried foods. Fried foods such as French fries, chicken nuggets, onion rings, and donuts are crispy and tasty, but they are also terrible for your cholesterol. That's because they are cooked in oil that is high in saturated fat and trans fat, which can raise your bad LDL and lower your good HDL cholesterol. They also absorb a lot of oil during frying, which adds extra calories and fat to your diet. One study found that people who ate fried foods more than 4 times per week had a 23% higher risk of heart disease than those who ate them less than twice per week. If you still crave fried foods, you don't have to give them up entirely, but you should limit your consumption and make some healthier choices. For example, you can bake, roast, grill, or air fry your foods instead of deep frying them, which can reduce the amount of oil and fat. You can also use oils that are lower in saturated fat and higher in unsaturated fat, such as olive, canola, or peanut oil, which can lower your bad LDL cholesterol and raise your good HDL cholesterol. Number 9. Hot dogs. Hot dogs are a delicious, popular snack, but they can be very bad for your heart health. Hot dogs are made from processed meat, which are often high in saturated fats. These fats, when eaten in excess, can increase the level of bad LDL cholesterol in your blood. Now, why is this a problem? Well, high levels of LDL cholesterol can lead to the buildup of fatty deposits in your arteries. But wait, there's more. Hot dogs are also typically high in sodium. While sodium doesn't directly raise your cholesterol levels, it can increase your blood pressure, and high blood pressure combined with high cholesterol. That's a recipe for heart disease. So try to limit your intake of hot dogs to once a week or less. Number 10. Shellfish. Shellfish are a type of seafood that include clams, oysters, mussels, scallops, shrimp, lobster, and crab. They are rich in protein, minerals, and omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for your health. However, shellfish contain a lot of cholesterol in their flesh, especially shrimp and lobster. A 100-gram serving of shrimp can have about 195 milligrams of cholesterol, which is more than half of the recommended daily limit of 300 milligrams. Another reason why shellfish can raise your cholesterol levels is that they are often cooked in butter, cream, or cheese, which are high in saturated fat. So these were the 10 foods that can dangerously raise your cholesterol levels. Remember, you don't have to cut out these foods completely, but you should limit or avoid them as much as possible and replace them with healthier options that are good for your cholesterol, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, fish, and lean meats. By doing so, you can lower your risk of heart disease and stroke and improve your overall health and well-being. Now we want to hear from you. Do you eat some of these foods regularly? Do they actually raise your blood cholesterol levels? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.